Welcome back. So we're looking at neck pain during forward flexion, and today we are going to look at how to set the body up for success with this movement. Because if we just lie flat on the ground, we can often fight our own bodies, especially if we don't have a lot of strength through these upper abdominal muscles already. And so we're trying to come from essentially a back bend position into a forward flexion. So if I just get Fleur to lie on her back, and I'm first of all just going to move that pillow out the way. And we're going to have the knees bent because that means that the lower back can then be quite relaxed as well. Now, the back of the head, the curve at the back of the head is much smaller than the curve of your rib cage. And so if you were standing against a wall and you put your ribs against the wall and then pulled your head back, you will notice that there's a lot of strain in your neck. So doing your exercises with your head flat on the ground is actually going to put you at a disadvantage. And as I look at Flair here, she's sort of dressed in black today, so it's a bit hard to see, but her ribs are flaring up. And if I put my hand in underneath, no, don't do anything, you just lie down. I can actually get my hands in to sort of below the bra strap. I actually want that area to rest on the floor. So I'm going to meet her need by getting her to lift her head, and I'm just going to place that pillow underneath. And now I can't get my hands in underneath. So just that simple prop has meant that her ribs can relax. And now when she pulls the rib cage down to do an abdominal curl, she is ready and primed. She doesn't have to fight her own body to come up. She can actually just use what is there. So it's really important that you don't think that it's a waste of time or that you should be able to lie flat down on the ground. Give your body a fighting chance to actually make the changes that it needs to make by supporting the need. Now she can interlace her hands behind the back of her head. Elbows are going to be up towards the ceiling more, so even a bit more. That's it. So that we can support the neck and the head. Okay, so it actually makes it a bit harder. The abdominals have to work harder to be able to come up because we've got more weight with the hands there, but it does help you to find that length at the back of the neck. So I'm just going to get Fleur to do some breathing. So she's going to inhale, expanding her ribs, and then as she exhales and her ribs deflate, I really want her to feel her ribs sliding down towards her hips and getting heavier on the floor. And then she's going to inhale and expand, and she's going to exhale and soften. Now, with a bit of luck, I'm going to say to her, if you keep pulling your ribs down, Fleur, what wants to happen? The head wants to come up. Now, she's just lifted her head a tiny bit because she's listening to her body and she's letting her ribs be the leader and her head being the follower. And then if she wants to add a little bit extra, she can, because she's strong enough, and she can bring her head up just a little bit higher and then slowly come down. But she's not pulling on her neck. Yeah, she's supporting her neck into that movement, but it's coming from this lovely movement of the ribs. Yeah, so she's shrugging her armpits down, sliding her armpits towards her hips. Those are all cues that I will commonly use to help my clients to figure out what comes first. And in this case, it isn't chicken or egg. It literally is the ribs move before the head comes up.